Hello, I'm Monster Gamer and welcome back to the nonary game Zero's Escape Virtue's Last Reward. What is this? I checked it out earlier, but oh my god, the music is a little bit too loud. It's a little too loud in my ears right now. Business card holder? Yeah. It's a file where you put business cards. They all got those weird shapes on the back. I think maybe if you line them up in a particular way, then you'll get some sort of hint. Well, I guess we can give it a shot. Okay, so you don't have enough information. Well, what do we have here? It is way too loud. What the fuck? There's something on the screen. Is that line in a hamburger? I really don't think so. I think the lion's got two heads. Looks like a monster from Greek myth or something. It looks like it's asking for an ID and password underneath the line. Sorry, it's a little loud. Huh? The keyboard doesn't seem to be working though. I guess we can't enter anything then. No computer. The keyboard doesn't seem to work, so we can't really do anything with it. Might as well leave it alone for now. Okay, so I don't know about the business cards. Ugh, it's not opening. Is it locked? Yeah, it looks like it. I don't see anything that looks like a keyhole though. There's this diamond-shaped hole in the middle though. Do you think we're supposed to stick something in there? Maybe so. A balloon? You want it, Cork? I don't need a balloon. I'm not a kid. Really? How old are you? I'm 20. What? No way. Gotcha. There's a balloon in the middle of the room. What is this? One of the training machines you see on late night informericals? I think it's a facial recognition device. A what? You put your hand on either side and hold your face in front of that lens. Then it checks your face, whatever it's got in its database. Oh, huh. How do you know that? I'm in the salvage business. Every so often one of these babies shows up. It doesn't look like it's turned on. Yeah, nothing happens when I put my face in front of it. There's something to the right of the lens there that looks an awful lot like a keyhole. If we had a key for it. Think we could turn it on? I assume so. Oh, a globe. Hey, globe, doesn't it look kind of weird? I think somebody glued a piece of paper on it. Let's see if we can... Well... What was... the world map? Huh. That looks interesting. So there's the end. Screen, something on it. Starting up, please wait. What is starting up? Beats me. Well, my money says it just means it won't do squat if you mess with it right now. How about you look at something else? Haha, now this is brandy. Pierre's 200-year-old reserve. You can tell that just by looking at it? I could smell it. Some nose you got there. Hey, just let me have a taste. I don't think so. How can you be so cruel? Oh, this is some the good stuff right here from Pierre 200-year-old reserve. You already told me that. Oh, did I? Yeah, 200 years is pretty impressive though. Yes it is. And again, it's even older than that by now. Maybe it's gone bad. It's probably just like water now. I should drink. No. Oh no, Tenmyogi. Can't have drinks. Huh. Oh, putting an expensive bread on the coaster didn't seem to do anything. The laser beam just went right through it. Hey, what do you think? What the hell do you think you're doing? If you keep frying it with that laser, you're gonna ruin the brandy. Pull it out of there right now. Section shining across. Won't do anything. He's got a spear instead of a sword. This is a real short spear though. If you look at the tip of head, it looks kind of like a diamond. Yes, a diamond. And a slingshot. What is that for? Not the most impressive weapon, but simple as hell and won't jam like a gun. A suit of armor. Well, it's not really a full suit of armor, is it? I mean, it's missing the helmet. So what would we call it? I'm not sure. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a suit of armor, okay? Suit yourself. Anyways, it's got some red paint on the neck, shoulder area. Are you sure it's paint? It could be blood. Hey, don't say stuff like that. Being in a room with a headless suit of armor is creepy enough. What's this? One of those vacuum robots you see on TV. You got me. Looks like a machine of some sort. Well, is it turned on? Don't think so. See if... Nope. No luck. Huh. Nothing. Might as well give up. Yeah. Let's go look at something else. We can always come back to it later. Right. Man, that's awkward to use. Huh. It's a cheap brandy. Alcohol, this shouldn't even exist. So, I think it's best to dispose of it safely with my... I'll be taking that. Maybe if I put this expensive brandy. Tablet. Ha, I think I get it. Wonder if I put that cheap brandy in here. Haha! Look! The laser beam is bending all around inside the bottle. Yeah, it made a parallelogram. Huh, parallelogram. Literary analysis. You think it has any hints to help us get out here? If it does, we're screwed. I think we'd starve to death before we got through all 4 of those tomes. Historical Adventure Saga. There are 3 volumes. And I think these are philosophy books. The stuff in here is pretty hard, pretty sophisticated. I'm amazed you could get that far. I flipped the first one open and my brain just said, screw this, I'm out. Screw this, I'm out of here. So am I supposed to put in an order of some sort? It has something to do with the order. And this is a really big... Yeah. There's gotta be like $100 billion in there. You're such a kid. Maybe they're just hiding something they really don't want people to see. Like some videos. I'm not sure. I like the way you said that. Just open it up and find out. I don't think so. See? Is it locked? Yeah. There's a circular input panel on the top of the handle. It looks like what on the pressure exchange chamber doors. So if we just do the same thing we did then. Okay, remember. Alright, let's do this. So let me go to my archive. Look at the world map. So it's white to blue, green to pink, purple to yellow. Okay. Okay, so it's a green to pink, and purple to yellow. Purple to yellow, white to blue, green to pink. So somehow, some way, white. I think white should go. Oh, accidentally clicked out of the game. Green the pink. I know it has to be something like that, but... I can't go that way, because that'll just ruin it. Huh. It has to be that way. I have an idea. Hey, there we are. Whew. Took a while. Good job. You did it. Nice work. Very impressive. Let's have a look inside. $100 billion videos. Yeah. And what? Sorry guys. Looks like we've got binder and a deer. So a bind deer? What the hell is this? Is Zero just making fun of us? There's a deer looking at me, Grandpa. Back up, it's just a fake. A mounted deer, poor deer. Take a closer look. I think it's just a replica. You mean it's fake? Yeah. Whew. That's good to know. You know, there's some red paint on its neck. Almost got two pegs on the back of its board. Maybe we're supposed to put it up somewhere? Right, there's a binder in the safe. It's got 2 pieces of paper. Ah, so Bob, Chris, John, Tawny, Ian, Michael. So, women are requesting the following propositions. Carol likes being on the left and prefers to be near Bob. Ellen would like to be above Anne. And Sophie likes to be on the very right. And Katie likes to be next to Michael. So, these guys are permanent. And then I have to do the business card. Yeah, I know. I have to figure it out. I don't think my voice will ever be the same after. Red paint on the wall. Looks like an outlet right next to it. Why would someone put an outlet this high up? Well, it's probably not an electric outlet. What is it then? I think you're supposed to insert something into it. Like what? Maybe the deer? Yes, that's it. Remember how there's 2 pegs on the back of the mount? I'll bet they fit perfectly. Give it a try. Well, it looks like you're right. So it says H-E-L... I guess it's supposed to say help. Wonder what the tablet's for then. I guess it's supposed to say help, but I don't know. Ah. I see. So I just need Bob, Chris, John, Tawny, Ian, and Michael. Chris. Ian. Ah, you can do that. Ah. I know John's up there. No, John's somewhere else. I think it's Bob, Chris. Damn it! Okay, now we're into the specifics. So now we need, well, Chris, John, Ian, Tony, Mike. Yeah, I have that. So Carol likes being on the left. So that should be easy. So she could be here somewhere. Anne prefers to be near Bob. So I can put you up there for now. Ellen would like to be above Anne. So there we are. Sophie likes to be on the very right. And Kate likes to be right next to Michael. So let me see this again. Carol likes being on the left. I have that. Anne prefers to be near Bob, which I have. Oh, do you mean near Bob or above Bob? Ellen would like to be above Anne. Do you mean straight above or just above? Does that work? Let's see. Ellen would like to be above Anne. Sophie likes to be on the very right. Which I have. Unless you want that. Book. So, is it supposed to be, say, bookshelf? I don't know what that was, but apparently that was right. Let's look on the other side. It made the shapes look like something now. Okay, let's have a look on the back. So what was that supposed to be? Sophie likes being on the very right. What's about Katie? Oh, right next to him. I get it. I got it. I think I got it. Book 334. What is book 334? What does it mean? Well, a book is a bunch of... I got it! I got it! I got it! I got it! I have it! I have it! I have it! Yeah, I know, no. Wait. I don't think you need to move the books around anymore. Remember, it's the back of the business cards at 334. So if you arrange the books in the order 334, oh yeah, I guess I already did that. H-E-L. I think it's time for this thing to go in here. Hi, open for another key. And what is this key supposed to be for? This thing? Yeah! Whoa, the light on top turned on. Looks like you managed to turn it on. Alright. It's on, now what? Well, why don't you give it a face to look at? One of ours. Yeah. Damn, none of our faces work. Face not recognize. Gender mismatch. What does it mean by gender mismatch? Maybe it's saying that it needs a girl, but there's only 3 of us. None of us are women. Well, maybe we dress Quirk up like a girl. No way. Why don't you dress up then? No, just think about it. Just that is making me want to puke. Besides, do you see a wig or makeup or anything around here? How would any of us dress up like women anyway? Dude, you totally want to do it. No, I don't. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe. What is it? Did you have an idea? Well, it can't hurt to try. Yeah, definitely worth a shot. How long has he had that in his pocket? Looks like a piece of paper. No, it's a picture. But yeah, I remember him looking at that in the infirmary. I guess it's worth a shot. Wow, that's just coincidence. Whoa! What the? Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's like we're in a villain's secret lair. Huh, didn't think that would happen. Guess it recognition worked? Yeah. So who is this girl? Hey, stop. She's just a girl. She your grandmother? No. Oh, who is she then? Ugh, damn it, fine. You've already seen her after all. Her name is Akane Kuroshiki. I think I've been looking for her for a long time. Why? Because she's his first love. No! You got it all wrong! But you carry that picture everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen you leave it somewhere. And when you don't think anyone's watching, you talk to it. I've seen you do it. Huh. Didn't mark you for a hopeless romantic, Tenmyogi. Look, it's not about love, and I'm not a goddamn romantic. Okay. You don't want to talk about her, I get it. Look. Oh, hey, there's a lever next to the chair. Why don't you pull it? What's going to happen? Come on. Is it really that hard to figure out? Think it's going to go back into the wall? Pull the thing to find out. Alright, guess I should start by singing the chair, then pull the lever. Here I go. I knew it! Looks like there's something on the table. Is that battery? I guess. But it's H-E-L-P. Just like I said. Oh, whatever. Not like I have any choice. Ha! Yes, that suits him. Putting on armor lines up. But I can't tell what it's from this angle. It's kind of warped. H, E, L, and P. Hologram brandy bottle. So what is that supposed to mean? I think the battery's for this. Might as well leave. Does it work? No, there's an empty slot. Ha! I got it. Combine. Select. Alright. Looks like you turned on the tablet. Look, something's showing on the screen. Enter a 4-digit password, then press enter. Aha! H-E-L-P! Yeah! You did it! Good work, Sigma. Take a look at the screen. Hey! I did it! Sun, sun, star! What's this? Looks like the password for the safe! Awesome! Now we can open it. Okay, let's just get out of here. Safe, just like before. There's gotta be a way to open it. We should just punch in the password. Why don't you try it and find out? Sun, sun, star. Oh, this is supposed to be sun. This is supposed to be star. Oh, I failed it. Oh. My bad. I got too excited. I finally did it! All alone in 32 minutes. Good job, it opened. Good work. Looks kind of empty this time. There's only 2 things in here. First, we've got the next room key cards, the AB room cards. Oh, these must be the start cards they were talking about. There are 2 of them. You guys take one and I'll take the other. Right. We're a pair, so we only need one for the 2 of us. And the other thing is the key as usual. Yes, now we can get out here. Yay! Great. No point in sitting around. Let's go. Turn around and get the hell out of here. You guys ready? Yeah. Go for it. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Yeah! I did it! I did it alone! I thought I couldn't do it, but I did it. I did it. Oh my god. And now we're back.
No! Damn it!
What's wrong?
I left something in the director's office.
What was it?
The picture. Ugh, how could I forget it?
Oh yeah, we must have sat down after using the face recognition thing.
Yeah, I'm going back. You 2 go on ahead to the warehouse.
I want to come with you.
Me too.
Nah, that's fine. Why don't you head back to the warehouse, Sigma? The others are probably already waiting.
Alright. I'll see you 2 later then.
Right.
Bye, Mr. Sigma.
Watch them jog off. I watched them jog off toward the blue door. And then they were gone. Guess I should be getting back then. Okay, here we go. can't believe I did a puzzle all by myself. I'm so proud of myself. Shit. I stepped into the warehouse to find all the other teams already there. Kane, Luna, Fine Clover, and Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost AB room and slid his card through the reader.
An ambidex gate has been open. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
As he turned to look at me, I swore I saw a flash of a smug grin.
There. Happy? This time I waited for you to get back before I opened it. You see? I can be considerate.
But Tenmyogi and Quirk aren't
Yeah,
here.
where are they?
I guess they forgot something back in the room we found. They ran back to get it real quick.
And they'll be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we'd investigated. Fortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything, and we were no closer to unraveling any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. With that discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait. Before long, 20 minutes had passed since Dio opened the door, and Tenmyogi and Quirk were nowhere in sight.
Don't you think they're taking a little long?
Yes, I'm getting worried. What if something happened to them?
I'll go have a look.
Then I shall accompany you.
Nah, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that
Just
far
don't
away.
look into the abyss too long, or you might become a monster.
I don't think. Okay. I'm gonna go to the director's office. I'll be right back. No big deal. Right. See you guys later. I gave a quick goodbye wave and stepped out the warehouse. I wonder what's happening. The director's office. Oh, it's gone all silent. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh no, that's not good music. Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. Picture's gone though. Tenmyogi and Quirk must have been here then. I laid out the floor B map. They must have taken the door that faces the warehouse. After that, they probably went through the warehouse and went out the blue door to the elevator. Yeah, that's a much shorter route. On the other hand, I came through the red door, which is kind of the long way around. Looks like we've managed to miss each other perfectly. Well, this was a huge waste of time. Shoot. Might as well head back, I suppose. I packed up the map and was heading toward the door when... Huh? There was a light where there hadn't been a light before. What? Why is that thing on? We messed with it earlier, but nothing seemed to work. I felt a sudden wave of unexplained nauseated dread. The light stared at me. I swallowed and edged cautiously toward it. The machine was in arm's reach now. I stretched my hand toward it slowly.
So, you finally made it.
No. You're...
I am Zero. I was the one who brought you here. You undoubtedly have as many questions for me as there are stars in the sky. As you can see, however, this is only a recording. I will therefore be unable to directly answer any questions. Ask if you wish, but I cannot respond.
Ugh. I considered taking a swing at him, but decided that was spectacularly futile, and kept my bald fist at my side.
Now, where to begin? There are many things I wish to tell you, but unfortunately, our time is limited. As such, the information I can provide is also limited. I have chosen two things of great importance to tell you. First, I will tell you about termites.
Termites?
In retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say. I imagine you look rather bewildered right now. Perfectly understandable. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects. I suspect it hardly seems fair. Nonetheless, this is very important. In a way, it will determine your fate. So I ask that you listen carefully.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a termite mound? They are
No.
splendid structures. Some might even call them works of art. Termites are natural architects, and their mounds are both structurally sound and make excellent use
My hand
of
is
space.
sweaty.
So, are they following some sort of plan as they build? Are there termite blueprints detailing which room goes where? No, of course not. Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA. It is doubtful an individual termite has any idea what its contributions are helping to create. But a human does. We can appreciate the elegant forms of their alien cathedrals. We can see the simple beauty of their perfect functionality.
Hand is really
We can
sweaty.
understand the splendid planning of their structure. In other words, only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the beauty of what the termite builds.
Okay.
Now, consider humans. Why are we alive? Why do we love and give birth? Why do we create? From where do our cultures spring? There are many theories, but no one knows the truth. We are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA.
Okay,
No
that
doubt you
kind of
see
makes
now what this
sense.
analogy is supposed to illustrate. Yes, I mean to say humans are not different from termites. We trudge through our lives with no greater understanding of our ultimate goal. You might say we don't understand what we're building.
Yeah.
Only an intelligence of a higher order than ours can understand what we're doing. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence. We may be building some structure so perfect and elegant, we can't even perceive it. Whatever it is, we've likely been building it on a dimension just above the ones we know since time immemorial. If we are like the termites, then what we've created is almost certainly something of tremendous beauty. And you are about to catch a glimpse of it. Or have you already? Well, that's enough on that subject, I think. Consider what I've said.
My hand is really freaking
Now,
sweaty.
let's move on to the second topic. It is somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and, in fact, the lives of several billion other people. I realize this is rather sudden, but I have a password for you. It is the password to disarm the bomb, numbered 1.
Bomb?
Are you ready? I will only say this once, so pay close attention. The
Okay.
password to disarm the number 1 bomb is BQZ RGJ DXR.
Okay, since you only said it once, and I don't think it'll ever come up again, and I think my memory's shit for all, I'm gonna take a picture of that. Give myself a little bit of I have no idea what he was talking about. What bomb? What was he saying? There were bombs. Was he saying there were bombs too? If he guessed at my future confusion, he'd show no sign of it.
That is the last of the information this message was meant to convey. Before I go, however, I have a warning. You cannot tell any of your companions what you heard or saw here. If you do, you will be penalized immediately.
Okay.
I hope we will meet again someday. We would have much to discuss.
Wait. God damn, you can't just spout all that crap and disappear. Found myself yelling at empty air. So what was that all about? The hologram had disappeared. Ugh, what kind of idiot does he take me for? Termites? Other dimensions? How could that have anything to do with kidnapping us? Shit. I kicked out at a nearby shelf.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Oh,
All
shit.
players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-vote...
Oh, crap. I need to get back. Not like there's any point in staying here. I spun around, ran out of the room toward the warehouse.
Grandpa! Look! Mr. Sigma's back!
Took you long enough.
Where are the
In
others?
the AB rooms.
They went already? Why didn't you two... Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah! Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Oh.
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose ally this round. That's it.
And you had to tell me no matter what? Seems kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch. So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
You get 9 whether you get 2 or 3 points.
Exactly. That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose ally, we both gain points.
True, but you must have considered that I'll choose betray. That would mean you choose betray to protect
But that's
yourself.
why we're telling you we won't choose betray.
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust
course.
you? Alright, tell me one thing. Say we do this and both ally, everybody gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is greater for you, but I'll be stuck with a measly 5. How do I know you aren't just gonna open the number 9 door and leave us in the lurch?
I can guarantee it.
How?
I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so. I swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
I swear too. I promise.
Man. So all you've got is a promise.
When I make a promise, I keep it. Trust me.
Please! You've got to trust us!
Alright, fine. I'll trust you.
2 minutes remain until Ambidex game
My hand
volume
is
closes.
so freaking...
We're counting on you, Sigma.
You gotta choose ally. You promised.
With that, they turned and ran into the AB room second from the right. Well, guess I should get moving.
One minute remains until
Oh, I guess I'm all alone. I had a decision to make. Should I trust Cork and Tenmyogi? Well, I believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP to 6. I'd be much closer to 9. And choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try to escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seems like the safe bet, but...
Please! You've gotta trust us. You've gotta choose ally. You promised.
Tenmyogi, I could betray easily enough, but Quark, what the hell was I going to do?
10 seconds remain.
I'm gonna choose
8,
ally first.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I trust them too much. I trust them too much. I cannot betray.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the web. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Please say they don't leave. Please say they don't leave. Come on.
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Of course. Oh, come on! Are you kidding me? What the fuck? What the hell? Oh my god, they betrayed me. What the hell?
Points have been assigned.
I knew this
or
would happen.
subtracted accordingly.
I knew this would happen.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated
I knew this
bracelet
would happen.
points.
Still solo, but... Hey, what the hell, guys? Why'd you betray me?
Quark had nothing to do with this. I made the vote.
Grandpa.
Alright, fine. Why did you break your promise, Tenmyogi?
I only promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door even if we got 9 points.
What? So you're not going to leave?
Not what I said. Of course we're going to leave.
What?
Look, see Clover over there?
What? Don't tell me. Of course she's leaving.
Oh no.
She's...
That bitch!
Wait. Quark and Tenmyogi have...
The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyogi and Quark ran past.
No! God damn it!
Clover, are you really going to leave?
Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
But why?
I'm going to go call the others so we can capture Zero Senior.
Tenmyogi, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
So Sigma, happy? I kept my promise. Clover opened the door, not me.
Like hell, I'm happy. That's some shady shit, Tenmyogi.
You say so. I have to get out of here, and that's that. He's got to pay for what he's done.
He?
Zero.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Yeah. No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose. I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
What?
What? Who's Zero Senior? We have to know.
The number 9. It will remain open.
Yeah, we know
Let's
this.
go. Come on, guys. Time to move.
Right.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
Cork held something out. I look down and see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is this?
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is, so read it, okay?
He passed it into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Then he turned and ran toward the door, Tenmyogi and Clover following his footsteps. I was so surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them before I could think of anything to say.
See you.
Goodbye.
And now it's closed forever.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you
Of course.
for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible.
Great.
Please enjoy your stay.
Will do. Whatever. Frick. Bull crap. Shit.
Shit, they're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Indeed.
I agree.
I looked down at Cork's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing I began to read. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. Also, I guess it was I was a pretty picky eater, so if I didn't get the water to form ratio just right, I wouldn't eat. I guess I was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now I'm here. Well, now here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. A quark is really, really small thing, and I was really, really small too. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched. I started walking when I was 2, and when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really, really, really sick. I had a super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. No, I think Quark is immune. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I'd started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was or how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh yeah, I don't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try to find someone who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd asked her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he'd brag to everyone about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother." It never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he didn't really want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then one day, he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here, but I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, then he picked me up and set me down on the stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid, and my legs just dangled off. It seemed really, really high to me. I was pretty nervous. Eventually, the bartender came back with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer to that, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it. It took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float. I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I wasn't sure it was real at that point, and then turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned into the bartender. He already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me, "Hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted." His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. Is this really mine?" He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. I never tasted anything like a root beer float before. well, root beer before. The creamy sweetness of ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt like the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's gotta be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether he just found me and adopted me or not. He bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some other kids who had a mother, but had never tasted root beer. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day, and I torn one of my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless. The day was almost over, and I was fed up, so I just grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I brought back, explaining why they were all useless. I got really mad and yelled, "I don't care." And he got mad and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset, and I started to think that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in abandoned buildings, but by then I started to calm down and think that maybe I should go back and apologize. It had started raining pretty hard, though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. But it was just an excuse. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop though, so I just sat there staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. At first I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled, and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly, and said he was glad I was safe. He spent all night out in the rain looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he collapsed. I was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. I got really bad fever and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. And the doctor said if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to my grandpa, because a week later his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also also a little scared. Well, if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore. My plan was going to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man, and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone, but maybe he'd been a little too strict. All the things I worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worrying when I ran off, and he'd gone out into the rain looking for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked if he ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady because of that, he had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd gotten some of what he lost back. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't. I'm kind of tearing up. Well, that's the end of that story. The Tenmyogi ending. And root beer vines. Well, that took a lot out of me. And I am fucking hot as hell. So if I took something else, then he'd probably like kill me, cause he'd beat me up. It would be the same ending, kind of, wouldn't it? Shit. Well, I think I'm just gonna end it here. I'll be back in a sec. Well, that is literally all I have time for today. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe for more. But until next time, this is Monster Gamer saying to you to be the best, and this is Monster Gamer signing off. Peace!